Hey, welcome everybody to the His Advocates VIP show. My name is Kelby Smith, Executive Director for His Advocates. I've got an exciting show to talk about. This has kind of been like on the conversation piece for everybody for the last several years. I want to start the story with a personal testament to a mistake I had made. At $30,000 in 2012, Bitcoin was next to nothing. Some guy, my buddy Thomas Chapman, everybody knows him on the East Coast, trying to get me. He was paying me in Bitcoin, trying to get me to buy a bunch of Bitcoin. Did I make a mistake at $5 or whatever bucks a coin? A small, like $180 million mistake? Did I make a mistake like that? Yes, I did. I bought dinar and I sold dinar at a 30% loss. Iraqi dinar, dumped it all last year. I know many of you are holding it. It's okay. You can do what you want. I know everybody's thinking fiat currency and Dwang, dinar, and all these others are going to go through the roof. And I'm praying for you. I'm hoping for it. But the reality is, I think crypto is the future. We're going to explain why tonight. I'm going to get excited with you guys about ways for you to think about the same opportunity that I had with a similar type of guy. Like, I'm your Thomas, I'm the guy that's telling you about certain coins, certain things to do and maneuver into, and why, and how it's going to work out for you. And so everybody, every nation is talking crypto. They are all doing whatever they can to take positions, and they are all posturing themselves in a big way. There's only a couple of companies that have anything that can help them and that are what is known as ISO 20022 compliant. And one of them is XRP and another one is XLM. XRP has about 400 banks and central banks, but they have this open source ledger. And what that means is any company can come and use their ledger and develop code around it. And so a company did and offered it to the Fed. And now the Fed is contracted with another company that uses the XRP open source ledger to conduct business. Same with the UK, same with 60% of Asian communities and marketplaces, and pretty much the entire world. The IMF, who has everybody in this world indebted, every country indebted to the IMF, is recommending Ripple, XRP. Ripple is the name of the company. XRP is the name of the currency. And I'm heavy on this one currency. I'm not saying it's the only one that's going to take off. I'm heavy on this one because it is the banker's currency. Everybody since its inception has hated this coin, meaning the people that are in the free market, the people that are trying to get around the Federal Reserve, get around the banks and be able to have something that they can do in the private, as if the CIA or some China based company didn't start Bitcoin. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you on these sysops that they do all over the world all the time, but no, I don't think a man started Bitcoin with this ideology that it was going to be this, that, and the other for the entire world and just retain 10% for himself. I think it was a sysop. I think it was done potentially by the CIA. I think it was done by somebody else other than this Chinese man. Point being, we watched and we saw what happened in this nation over the last 10 years with Bitcoin. Hold on one sec. So in my house, when everybody gets home, they start banging around. It's okay. So they kind of had to explore, and I think Bitcoin was one of the transaction coins that they used to explore. I think there's other coins that they've used to explore, but I want to tell you what's happening right now, and I want to open this can of worms like never before in your minds. because I want to engage you guys. Right now, in the last 2 weeks, there has been the removal or the killing of major private sector currency type platforms and coins. The CEOs, the presidents. One example would be Cash App. He was stabbed multiple times on the street. Cash App is a non-compliant, if you will, out of the box, kind of like a Venmo type operation, maybe not getting into bet as quickly as the feds wanted them to, but nevertheless, he's been terminated. There's 5 crypto companies that have had issues from a presidential standpoint or higher ups in their offices. And it could have been a shot across the bow to these crypto companies, or it could have been just, let's take out the leader. But this is par for the course when you're trying to take over a Fed. And if you don't think, or take out a competition, if you don't think this is legitimate, what I'm about to say is going to be the ultimate conspiracy theory, and I'm admitting it, it's a theory, that happened the last time this was taking place. See, right around 1910, there was a lot of rumor mills starting about a Federal Reserve Bank. And right around that same time, all the bankers from the European countries got on a ship known as the Titanic. And the richest men in the world were crossing the sea. And it was said that they were going to the Federal Reserve meeting to try to stop these guys. And if you don't know how the Federal Reserve got started, you really need to investigate. These guys were put on a train, given different names, and they were taken to an island called Jekyll Island. And they did business to form the Federal Reserve on an old altar that was used to sacrifice. That's all I'm going to say. Do your own research. I just gave you some facts, but the theory was the Titanic and all the bankers that happened to be on it coming over. Pretty interesting, theory. Let's go full board. First time we're ever running this and jamming into an iceberg, and who knows what else happened. I don't know. Great movie. I like the movie, and I like the whole idea of the Hope Diamond being in an old lady's hands until the very end when she was throwing it in the water. She could have gave it to me. And I would have accepted it. And I've been very pleased to help a lot of people with it. And all that funniness, this is serious stuff they're doing these days. Like, there's crypto companies that know how to write code and know how to form relationships and get it done. One was XRP, Ripple, and they got it done. But they were the banker's coin, and everybody knew they were the banker's coin, and nobody wanted to, really do business with them. And the most they ever got up to was just a few bucks a coin. And right now they're like 41, 42 cents or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, remember my story of Bitcoin, personal Bitcoin. So when I heard about XRP, it was like when I heard about the United States being a corporation. I just dove as fast as I could, started studying. The lawsuit hadn't happened yet. When the lawsuit happened, to me, it was more of a validation. Pulling it off all the exchanges across this nation was more of a validation. Hearing Brad Garlinghouse, hearing the people that are running XRP and what they're saying about who their customer base is. It's not the end users. It is the banks is their customer. Hearing what they have to do and why they're doing it only substantiates, oh my gosh, this coin, they're trying to push people away from it. They don't want people to buy it, taking it off exchanges. The marketing level is low, except for a few people that are in the know. And how do you buy it? And how do you buy it safely without taxation? We could help you with that. HISAdvocates.org. Go register right now if you're watching this. And VIP members, I am going to tell you, I'm going to post this on YouTube, and I'm going to thank you first and foremost, because we need people to have coin, money, to be able to fight this stuff and fight this system. We're going to ride the back of what I would call the beast system. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. And we're going to show you guys how to operate something that belongs to God and convert this into hard assets for you, your family, and your friends. on that note, be very careful about who you help. I've always helped people, and I'm a total advocate for helping people. And I helped some guy the other night, and the way that we did it, we put it on an account through Target. The stuff that we purchased, we got him help. But some of the stuff was returned, and we got noticed of that. But more importantly, when we went to go look for him just to help him and talk with him further, he was horribly on drugs. And so sometimes you can't help people on the streets, and sometimes food is the only way to help people on the streets, or shelter, or Jesus. And that's just me. That's me talking. But I'm going to tell you right now that it was a hard press. I knew there was stuff going on there. I could see it in his face, see it in his eyes. But I'm sidestepping, and telling you, it's like, when we have a lot, and we will have a lot, you got to be careful, and you got to structure up your systems right, and you got to be able to help people without writing them just blanket checks. And there's going to be people that are going to come and be swimming for your cash. They are going to make every investment opportunity for you. And trust me, long-term, stay with us as VIP members. We're going to be talking about ways to privatize the capital: gold, silver, diamonds, land, not territory, not legal descriptions, land, cars, trucks, not automobiles, ships, boats, things that are going to be required to survive and get through this next these greatest times in the history of the world that we're going to be witnessing together. But we're going to be in the forefront of an operation that is going to be well capitalized, both personally and as his advocates. You guys are all going to be personal, because hope to God you're going to do your research on this stuff, and you're going to be taking some steps in this stuff and moving into this. Is a decision that you have to move quick in. If you're new to the VIP membership, we've been talking about a few placements of cryptocurrencies over the last couple of years. Tonight we have the guys on with us. These guys are working direct with his advocates. They have their own structures and support structures that we're going to be introducing you in on. If you need help in setting up a hard wallet, what is a hard wallet? We're going to discuss that tonight. If you need help setting up just the general, how do I purchase crypto? How do I get crypto into a safe exchange? How do I get crypto into a hard wallet? How do I sell my crypto? Where do we do that at? How do we make it tax-free? Those are questions that I'll be answering directly, but these guys can help you with the difficult questions. And sometimes people are computer inept, and that's what these guys are here to support you guys on and to get you guys through. Let me, James, I'm going to get you guys on right now. If you can open up your videos for me. Let me unmute you. I'm going to ask to unmute both of you, and you can control that on your end. Stephen, welcome. James must be flossing his teeth or something. Did I do, what's up, James? Did I do justice to XRP and Ripple? And you guys, when I came and when we got together, whatever, 6-8 months ago, and we started talking about it, you guys, what was your number one currency and why?
Go ahead, James.
Always, my number one currency was always XRP, and that's because it's part of the new banking infrastructure. You know, they're going to use it to do what they're doing on a regular basis now, and it's going to make it more efficient and less costing. So, you know, I know that Swift is terrible, and I've read a lot on Swift, and Swift costs us a lot of money to process transactions, that thousands of dollars that XRP will cost.
So for the record, James is talking about the global system people use, which is known as Swift. And for the record, Swift all of a sudden is using another company that is on a global payments basis, and that other company built its platform supposedly on Ripple because there's none other to build it on. And my point being is Swift was 10, 15 bucks, 3 days to 10 days. Ripple's instantaneous, 0.0002 cents a transaction, can take any currency from any country and put it in any currency in another country instantly. Go ahead, James.
But yeah, like you were saying, that's a big reason why, because I've seen and I understood that for the financial industry to really like blossom and really go the direction that they want to go, they're going to have to change the system, or if not change the system, adapt to it. And like you said, FedNow is going to use Ripple, and I'm not even going to say Ripple. They're going to use the XRP blockchain, the ledger. That's what it's going to use. And I understand that regardless of what's going to happen, they're going to move money around on a daily basis, and they're always looking to find the most efficient way to do that and the most like cheap way to be able to do it. And I understand that Ripple is that company that's going to allow them to be able to do that. So I knew that was the one. I understood that it is needed to make the world more efficient, the world more green, as they say, carbon neutral. So I understood everything once I really like read into Ripple and what XRP was, and XPay, things that was like years ago when they switched from and actually made it into XRP. That's what made me really understand, like, this is something I really want to invest in. I tell people this like investing in Amazon in 1999. We're early. And I would just
100%.
suggest anybody to do their own due diligence. If not, me and Steve, we can do the due diligence for you. So for sure, XRP was always my top pick, always. Never put anything else over it.
2 cents, Steve?
I agree 100%. XRP is my largest holding, and I understand the SWIFT system. The banking system now, there's only like 3 or 4 banks that can actually do international payments. So they thrive off the friction. They were using an old system, an old ISO compliancy, which is a messaging platform. And now that they switched over to the new messaging platform, which is ISO 20022, that's going to make the friction go away. So that's one of the reasons that the lawsuit came to be, is because these banks that are on the top, they make all of their money off of the friction. So only the top 4 banks actually do international payments, and all the other banks have to pay those banks in order to send money internationally because of the Nostro Vostro accounts. So that being said, now that Ripple is coming and making all of these relationships, they actually had to start from the ground up. So instead of going, normally you would go after the top dog and then everybody would follow suit down. XRP and Ripple, they're actually starting from the ground and going up, because they have to get all these other smaller banks that are sick of paying the larger banks for international payments to take care of their customers. So that's why Ripple and XRP have so many banks with them currently now, but they started with the smaller banks. Now that the smaller banks are all on board, that's where the lawsuit came in, because the big banks were like, whoa, you can't take all this away from us. So they have, conspiracy theory, they have people in the government that are like, okay, so let's slow them down so that we can get on board and get all of our cronies up on the big banks, get all of our cronies on this coin so that we can actually make money off it too, since we're not going to make money off the friction anymore. So there's a lot that goes into XRP. It's more than, people call it the banker's coin. Like you said, Kelby, it's like the most hated coin in crypto. It's always got a bad rep, but it was always in the top 3. It's the only one that's actually been at number 1 and gone at number 1 besides Bitcoin. It's the only one that's ever done that. Now, right when it was getting
way more stable than
rolled in,
Bitcoin too. Way more stable.
Oh,
100%.
way more stable.
And by the way, let's just put it out there: 99% of all the coins are issued to the banks.
Yeah.
Yes. They do not sell to retail.
So we, as this little group of people that have a couple of little avenues to get coin in our hands, who are in the know, and have this opportunity. It's serious to me. It's like, I don't look, I say sometimes to people like, this is like, imagine being in a liquor store and every single lottery ticket that you bought was a winner. That's what like buying an XRP coin is. So you're buying a winner, and it's like, I can buy the whole roll. You know, that's literally where we're at today. I don't think people have a clear understanding of just how hardcore this is going to move on the up for everybody. It's at the lowest it's ever been. We're at the, I think I just saw a comment, we're at the one, and I agree, we're at one of the final bottomings of all digital currencies. And this is going to be with the next month, maybe, who knows? There's coming a time where it's going to click and go. Who knows what that time is? But they have purposely told people about a lawsuit, purposely held it down, purposely kept it off the exchanges, purposely telling people that you're gonna, you know, you could lose, you're gonna be taxable. We can take your stuff. I've heard of all the conspiracy theories, the rumors that they're unleashing. To me, it's like, oh, I got to buy more. Oh, wow. Anytime they say something, I know it's wherever they are leading on a mass basis, this is the direction to go. If they're going here, do whatever the opposite of what they say to do, because that will be the success. And they all said, don't buy Bitcoin. It's a ripoff. It's a con job. $5 in Bitcoin turned into 60 grand for a short period of time there. Remember that?
Ask the guy that sold his Bitcoin for a box of pizza. Ask him how he feels.
Ooh. Oh, no. Well, the first guy that got 60,000 Bitcoins for one pizza.
Yeah.
That was the first transaction. Can you imagine? What about the people that couldn't access their Bitcoin, the thousands of Bitcoin they had on their computers? You know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's
They
going to be
didn't
the
take it
same.
seriously.
No, seriously, I had a lady crying. She's, oh, if you could help me get 1,200 Bitcoin off my computer. I'm like, have you taken it to a hard drive recovery specialist? She's all, no, I'm afraid to. She says, I don't know who to trust. And I'm like, I get it. You know, I get it. But she had 1,200 Bitcoin on it when it was 60,000 a coin. 1,200. Think about that. That was, anyway. And that was nothing. And the reality for us is we're in a position right now where it's so low it doesn't matter. You can go and buy $10 of XRP and you're going to be in a way better position down the road. Now let's talk rumor mills. I did a math analysis of what it would take to take on the world's reserve currency based on current deficit model, and it was about $1,000 a coin. Now, I realize that there is no way for them to monetize future debt efforts with this world at $1,000 a coin. That would basically be for the purpose to only take on the debt of the world. Now, remember something, XRP is a ledger. It can take two types of transactions. It can take an XRP and it can take an IOU. And people don't know what that means. People don't understand that. Meaning it can take the debt of a nation because the banks own it all. And if the banks own it all, they're going to have to pump the coin like that to get it to a level like this so that all debt IOUs can go through it and come through on the other side as XRP, Dwang, I mean, whatever Fed coin, whatever digital currency is on the other side. So thank you, Tracy. So I'm excited because to me there is no better structure to be in. We do have a hand raise. Normally I don't take questions right away. I'm going to take it at the end, but I am going to, I got to take it from a guy called iPad. Okay, iPad, I'm going to unmute you for your question. Go ahead.
So Stephen and I have had multiple conversations over the last few weeks, and we've discussed platforms. And until technology catches up with the common man to exchange crypto as a currency, what's the best way that you recommend that we do that?
To purchase?
To exchange.
Okay, so
So right now we're dealing with US dollars, for example. How do we change that crypto to a spendable currency that the public accepts? What's the best platform to do that?
That all depends on where you're located at. Depending on where you're located, depends on what exchanges that you can use to where you can convert it. But then also too, you can there's different type of DeFi exchanges on here where you can swap your XRP until USDC and then transfer it over to the exchange that your KYC done. You have to KYC. The only other way that you can get around it. Go ahead.
KYC is know your customer.
Yes.
Right. I remember that, Steve.
Yeah. So basically, you got to identify yourself, who you are. They want your social. The government is the big brother. They want to know everything about what you're doing. If you make some money, they want to know. Exactly.
So
you have to.
For the record, at HISAdvocates, just to cut everybody off, because that is true for lowly U.S. citizens. That is not true for private citizens who are smarticle particles, who set up private foundations and go offshore into private exchanges, crypto exchanges offshore, and set up foundation private trust accounts with these offshore exchanges and set up local bank accounts with these private foundations, all 100% not taxable. So if you have crypto already purchased with your social, you make a registered donation, you put it on your returns if you need be, to the foundation, and you purchase with the foundation a hard wallet. You can transfer all the crypto onto the foundation's hard wallet. And whenever you're ready, after you set up your Caleb and Brown or any number of exchanges out there that do take private foundations, after you're ready, you can then transfer it to Caleb and Brown for the exchange to put it into your local bank to cash out and clear funds 100% tax-free.
So Caleb and Brown is probably the best, or one that you recommend, and they can, even for a small fee, they can keep you moving in the right direction. Yeah,
and we will, if you use our support topic system, we'll give you a name, contact, email, phone number. You use our name, and they understand what we're trying to get accomplished for our members. If you go any other route to Caleb and Brown, you will get stopgapped because of these private foundations. They do not accept them through any other structure. And I've had to talk to VPs, and I've had to talk to one of the founders to get this set up for our members.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for your question. So guys, look, this is the common thing that people, they just don't know what they don't know. And I get it. And they're all in the hopes. I had a hope that I was going to get rich on Iraqi dinar. And I put 30 grand in it, and I sat on this big fat stack of currency for thinking I was a rich man one day. And I'm watching Bitcoin go up and up and up and up. And I'm so, at one time, I pulled the trigger on that, I would have been worth over $300 million. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah, of course, God has his reasons and why we go through what we go through in life. And here I am at HISAdvocates and trying to help people figure this out. But, I think this is it. This is a one-time experience for everybody. They're never going to get this again. There's never going to be a play like this again. Listen, everybody, there's never going to be a play like this again in the history of mankind.
Never.
You will never have this opportunity like you do right now to get hyper growth wealth into your family's hands like you do right now. It's no other recordation of anything like this is going to take place. And so our goal is to figure out with guys like Stephen and James how to help you guys get the purchase and acquisition of cryptocurrency and get it onto your hard wallets, how to know how to restore it, how to know how to secure, keep it. You know, you don't carry your hard wallet and your 20 words around in one purse. You know, there's simple thought processes. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to tell you where. I have multiple locations, multiple safes, and how I can't even say it. I hide the 20 words, and I'll leave it at that. I hide the 20 words for every hard wallet I have. And you've got to. You can't keep it out in the open, because if you do and somebody finds that, they're going to go, oh, that's a treasure right there. And anybody that's
And I don't trust safety deposit box either.
No, heck no safety deposit box. Even in your own house in a safe, it's very scary. 20 words that can restore $1 billion, you know, 100 million, whatever the number is. So let me ask you a question. Somebody that owns 10,000 in XRP, James, what is their net worth in 5 years? Can't hear you, brother. Hold on. I'm going to ask to unmute you.
That's it's kind of hard to
It
say.
is. It is. But if you're going to
say.
change out the global banking system and everybody has to run on one of maybe 2 or 3 ledgers, that means these companies that are ISO 20022 compliant, and there's only a few, have to have a valuation of X to be able to handle the IOUs coming in from debt. So
Correct.
what?
In 5 years, man, like I tell people that's my limit to how long I think it's going to take for XRP to kind of like blow up. That's just what I tell myself. I know it could be much, much, much sooner, but I would say at least 5 years, at least have to be $500. And then that's me being modest. That's me being modest.
Very conservative. Because if we get into the derivatives market, so this all depends on how fast the rollout comes. Yeah. So we're talking, it's going to hold all the currency, but it's going to also hold all the debt. All the debt that we have is ridiculous. And that doesn't even include the derivatives market. The derivatives market is the largest market out there. If we even get 10% of that, you're talking $10,000 per coin minimum, if not $35,000 per coin.
So explain what you're talking about. You're talking about fiat currency debt. You're talking about global debt of currencies, fiat currencies. And now you're talking about a derivatives market of currencies, where it's in the trillions and trillions. And if you can get that debt, which all debt, all currencies, all debt is going to go digitalized, right? All stocks, all retirement, all banking accounts, all even the way that they record a deed of trust is going to be a digital.
Everything's tokenized.
Everything is tokenized. That's the term. And so there has to be a valuation to be able to handle the volume, and there has to be an entity that can translate the volume from one side to the other. Now let's talk about the rumor mill. For the record, the old Treasury Secretary for the United States Corporation is now on the board of Ripple. For the record, an old board member from Ripple is now the comptroller of the currency for the United States.
Coincidence.
For the record, the president of Ripple is on the board of the IMF. For the record, the IMF says Ripple is one of your go-to coins, one of their partners. Okay? So you all can keep waiting, because there's a few of you LPP members that I know are waiting because you don't know about this digital currency thing, because maybe, and let's just be honest, some of us are old and we're dusty, and we're old school like me. I didn't want to buy Bitcoin. I did the stupid thing and bought hard currency. thinking I was cool. I'm going to be rich. Sold it for a 30% loss and bought Ripple. So my point is don't lose this opportunity, VIP members. Don't lose this opportunity, because these guys here, through the membership, you get a discount, you're going to get support, you're going to get help, and they're going to take you anywhere you need to go in getting the currency in under your control, in your hands, in your possession, on hard wallets. But listen to them on security, and take security very serious. There's a movie called In Time, where they wear their time left on their life on their right arm, and it's digitalized. And if their time reaches 0, they're all dead. And
it's their currency.
And it's their currency. Time is their currency, correct? And the reason why I bring that up is that is exactly like what we will be in the future. Like you will be, and listen to this, is the conspiracy element. You will be operating. This is what they're trying to do. James, did you mute yourself again? I'm going to ask to unmute you.
Yeah, by mistake I did. I'm like, oh man, I feel embarrassed.
That's all right. You have something to say, brother?
But no, I was just saying that's the movie with Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah.
That is,
Yes.
and that's exactly what I used to tell people, man, is they're gonna use crypto like they're gonna use it to control you.
No.
So
So if people don't understand this, look, go to here. Let me just pull it up, because I just want to bring it home for people, because I don't think they understand it. Go to HISAdvocates.org. There's a little magnifying glass on the face page. Just type 666 in that search, okay? And it's the second one down. Now I'm going to share my screen with you, and I want to read you guys something. Here we go. Share. Let's close that. Can you all see it?
yep.
Okay. This is a chip registered by Microsoft. It's a patent registered by Microsoft. The patent number is 060606. Now, I've talked to my VIP members. This is so old school for them. They're like, okay, Kelby, we already know. We read the Bible. We already saw this, but I just want to reiterate for the new people that haven't gotten to this. This is the demonstration of what this chip is going to do for everybody. Human body actively associated with a task provided to a user may be used in a mining process of cryptocurrency system. A server may provide a task to a device, meaning your chip or you, of a user which is communicatively coupled to the server. A sensory communicatively coupled to or comprised in the device of the user may sense body activity of the user. Now, I want you to understand something. I'm not saying how they can sense the body activity, but there is a dramatic level of nanoparticulates now been introduced to the body, not including, but not limited to, the chemspraying. And this is not a conspiracy theory. The metals element in the body at a nano level can be demonstrated as truthful. Body activity data may be generated based on this sensed body activity of the user. The cryptocurrency system communicatively coupled to the device of the user may verify if the body activity data satisfies one or more of the conditions set by the cryptocurrency system and award cryptocurrency to the user whose body activity data is verified. So what did I just say? I can pull my Bible out and go to Revelations 13 and talk about the mark of the beast right now. What did I just say? I said that they are going to try to implant a chip into people. Then they're going to make assignments of job duties to people. And then once the job duty has been verified, you then get some cryptocurrency to your chip. and they will go like this across with your forehead or across with your wrist. When you swipe or when you purchase something, that is their goal. Now,
Not only that, but it's a means of control. So they'll be able to know what's going into your body. So say you were drinking one night, they'll know about it. You know, it's a lot more than just that. It's a full means of control. It's disgusting.
And that's why I tell people they're going to use it anyway. So why not invest in something that's going to be used? They already implemented this in another country over in the UK. It's a small city that's already testing it out. They can unlock the car doors, the house doors. They can pay for bills and, you know, go to the grocery store and just put their wrist next to the, you know, the machine, and they'll pay for it. So they already implemented exactly what you're talking about. And that's why I tell people they're going to put it in place anyways. So why not get wealthy off of the technology that they're going to use to control, you know, the normals, you know, the sheep.
so, you know, James, Stephen, I think that's why we have to make so much money, so we can have a ship and have an island and have airplanes and runways and be able to establish our own countries. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I worry about this world that we live in, and I worry about how to, you know, these 15-minute cities they're talking about. I worry about,
That's scary.
yeah, and that's all forced compliance and stuff like that. So what's exciting for me is we have an opportunity. It's unlike anything that's ever happened before in the history. I'm going to cut this call short. We're going to do some questions. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the chat section. But I'm going to cut this call short because I really want people to get a message and get on it. And the message is, there's never going to be another time in the history of your life that you're going to be able to maximize what little money you have or great money that you have and make it that much greater than by investing in a few smart coins and getting it onto a hard wallet and putting it away in a safe place and just waiting this out. HISAdvocates has, you know, as I don't want to tell you my entire history. I was actually president of Smart Card Corporation for a short period of time in 1995. Conflicted, very conflicted. And I got to see how, and we were a part of the creation of these chips that you see on these cards with Bank of America and every card that goes on. But there was always a device where you can slide the card in on one side, slide a card in on the other side, and then you can put in how much you wanted to transfer. And that still goes with this card to this day. People don't know that. They think it's only usable with an ATM. It's not. You can do a private transaction between cards. It's the same thing that's going to happen. CES show, all these different major shows, they're going to have private exchanges, not necessarily even a Caleb and Brown exchange, these private little devices that are going to help people to send things directly to and fro. It'll be the equivalent of pumping money through a Monero type of a transaction where it washes clean on the other side. But we at HISAdvocates are going to be working hard and diligently on how to stay private, how to buy gold privately, how to buy land privately. That's what I'm an expert at. How to find hard money guys who will send cash on a private basis. Yes, at an expense, but that's just what the world revolves around. If you just made 10 million on your crypto for 10,000, you know, it's not going to be that big of a deal for you to pay an extra point for private capital. I had a friend pay 2.7 million in cryptocurrency using private capital to buy a house. He sent the guy the crypto. The guy wired 2.7 million cash for the house. He owns the house outright, 80 acres, top of a mountain, Idaho. God bless him. I'm telling you right now, we're all going to be able to walk through this together. We got to stay together in a community. I don't care what they find out about what we're teaching. I hope to God we get the feds. I hope to God we get the agents that are good in those agencies to come and be private citizens and to understand that that is a demonic structure that they're all supporting, and that we start rebuilding this nation from within. But it's going to take wealthy, smart, steadfast men, not soft and sensitive men. It's going to take real men to make this thing happen. And I'm telling you, They are desynthesizing this nation. They're emasculating this nation. They're taking away our identities. They're taking away your children's identities. They're making laws that a 12-year-old kid can go get a transgender operation away from his parents. And they're programming the kids. The best thing that you could do for your children is take their dang phones away right now. That's the best thing any parent can do for their children is take their phones and take their smartphones away. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the programming mechanisms going into your kids' eyes and mind. And let's get into different ways that we can raise our kids. But guys, listen, I really appreciate you coming on. If anybody wants to reach out to get some help, go to HISAdvocates.org, click on a support topic. We will make and put you in contact with these guys. These guys are not free, but they're very cost effective beyond anything you can imagine. This is why we chose them. They're not as young as they look. They're kind of old men. They just have baby faces, but they're very smart, and they know what they're doing, and they know how to help, and they've helped quite a bit of our members already. So any closing comments, guys?
Hold on, quick question. I'm sorry, Steve.
Yeah,
somebody asked a question in the chat. Are they asking? Is it V? They're asking, will people who choose
people who are
is that back?
choosing to comply with be able to transfer crypto into non-VX. Oh, they're saying if people are vaccinated.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is vaccinated?
Yeah, no, and we got to be careful because we're going to post this. But the bottom line is that has no bearing on
at all
whether you can transfer to them or they can transfer to you. It has no bearing. You're talking about a device that you can hold in your hand that is the recipient of the transfer, the exchange. It doesn't matter what we are.
It's like you being your own bank, so nobody can stop you from doing what you want to do with your own money. It's like you
being your own bank with 100, 200, 300 million on your own device. If you make a decision now and get out of your retirement accounts that are going to be stolen from you, I'm telling you right now, if you have a retirement account, if you can liquidate it and get out, you put it in hard assets right now, real estate, gold, silver, and make sure you have cryptocurrency. Make sure you have a good chunk of a variety of cryptocurrency. But we just talked about the one tonight, and this is the one that's going to be going big. And this is the one they've been suppressing. This is the one the banks own 99% of. This is the one where Ripple is already out there and buddy with everybody, and this is going to be the coin.
So the last comment I wanted to make is to those people that are still on the fence. What in your life has not gone digital yet? Is there anything that hasn't gone digital? Your TV's digital, your car is digital. They have bikes that are digital. It doesn't matter what it is, it's gone digital. Now, the reason the money is the, what was that?
Nothing. I'm being
stupid. He's funny. He's hilarious.
Steven, sometimes you can just ignore me, man. I'm just trying to
he is hilarious. I heard what you said. You're hilarious.
Well, the last thing that they can make digital is our money. It's the most robust system in the world. It's the one that connects everybody to everything. So it's going to be the hardest one to do. But when they do it, it's going to be a flick of the switch. You're not going to be able to go, oh, it's at $1. Oh, it's at $5. Let me go ahead and get it now. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to be a flip of the switch, and everything's going to switch over. They don't have a choice. That's why ISO, it already started. It was supposed to start in November. They pushed it out to March, and every country, every central bank in the world has to be on the ISO compliancy by 2025. If they want to do any kind of business with anybody else in the world. So we have a very limited window on to do this. If you're not going to get into it now, you're going to miss the boat. So that's my last comment.
You're going to miss the ship.
Yeah, definitely going to miss the ship. Don't follow the news for the classes and not the masses. If you follow the news with the masses, you're already too late. So, follow what the wealthy are doing. JP Morgan told us 2 years ago that they don't like crypto. It's unsafe, but the whole time they're accumulating.
Bitcoin dropped a major chunk.
As they're buying it.
Now and then within a month, 1 month later, after putting a big feed out. Oh, crypto is Bitcoin sucks, this, that. They had their whole system roll out for Bitcoin retirements, period. Yeah, crazy. Everybody's behind it. Everybody's going to do it. Abel, I want to accept your invitation to your yacht. We might be pulling up next to each other.
Yeah, we are.
I'm not getting a yacht for the purpose of it being a yacht. I'm getting a boat for the purpose of it being survival. I want to be in Admiralty, and I'm going to have as many Navy SEAL retired boys as I can hanging around us, and we're going to be floating strong, man. Anyway, God bless you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you, VIP members, for being around. HISAdvocates.org. Your support, your everything. It's very meaningful to us. But these guys are here to support you and bring you along and get you to the next level. So if you have any questions, contact us. Type an email to support@hisadvocates.org, and you will automatically be added as a member and be able to get a question answered and get one of these guys to get in contact with you. Hey guys, thanks for coming out. God bless you guys, and we'll see you on the other side of this. We finally got this out.
Good night.
This is the start, baby. Here we go.
All right.
Thanks, James. Thanks, Steven.